Okay, and I think we're live in this. In this. Oh, what did that do? Okay, no, clicking stuff. Okay, yeah, we're live. Oh damn, everything's going crazy right now. I want to see if we are live on crazy. If we were live on TikTok, because I haven't been live on TikTok in a long time. And a lot because it's been crazy. So the quality might be scuffed. Looks like it's kind of scuffed. Hopefully, mostly this is an issue. Okay, so just to give you a heads up there, I'm just gonna give myself a couple of taps, just to give myself some love here, and then repost it. And then let's go over here to the chat here. Yeah, so this is not the best camera in the world. Also not the best internet. And I probably need to manage some task stuff. So also, for whatever reason, my laptop, my memory is maxing out. Let's just shut down WhatsApp for now. And yeah, so I need new memory. I'm sure that's an arm and a leg right now, just to get some new upgraded memory for my PC, my laptop. But oh yeah, that's right. I'm giving myself a viewer on TikTok. Isn't that sick? Oh, it's starting to work itself out here. So we're over here live on TikTok. Haven't been on TikTok in a long time, but shout out to the TikTok folks. I wanted to jump on to discuss vibe coding, business maxing, and just overall clout farming. Everything. I've already kind of talked about it. Oh God, we're just gonna have it like this or something like that. I don't know necessarily what side I want the microphone on. I think I like it on this side a little bit better. Unfortunately, I can't make my my mic shorter. Otherwise, I'd make it shorter. But now that it's on my left side, that'll work. I guess we kind of just like jump into it. So we're gonna demaximize the screen here, and you're gonna see some crazy stuff. So this is Restream that you're looking at right now. In the back end, this is the software that I use to live stream with now, because they just updated the Restream Studio. So Restream Studio is pretty kick ass right now. Like for instance, I can just like click on the image here, change the video settings, which I'm trying to do. What up, Kick? What up, Kick? I was trying to go here, customize real quick. Click this again. I didn't mean to maximize. Damn. Didn't mean to maximize. Unmaximize. Click the video source here, and then I can change it to a TikTok frame. Doesn't appear to change on TikTok though, so that's a little bit strange. We'll make it that a little bit bigger, maybe. Can we do it? Does it make it bigger on that? No, it doesn't. But on the YouTube, it does. So that's sick. No nameplates or share screen names or whatever, but I want to jump on here because I wanted to kind of like, just like, oh, not this part. Close this window out anyway. Here we go. Can we kind of like do a small frame like that? Boom. And we'll just click it. Perfect. So let's do the chat here. Just curious how this plays out here. This is interesting. Okay, so basically this is the main flagship product that um, the art agency and my entrepreneurship has been going down. A lot of people who know me know that I run Esports Business Network, that I'm like the founder, director, etc. of it. And so the app is it's actually pretty solid. I'm happy with it in a lot of ways. Um, it does all the posting from a social standpoint. We have some users on here that post on a regular basis, talking about different entrepreneurial ventures when it comes to esports and stuff like that. So really happy with this. We're also building a hub, basically a hub where everyone can kind of keep up with the different platforms and their different reputations and what sort of opportunities are on the platform. And so over time, this is going to get better as well. Definitely working on it on a semi-regular basis, aside from running the agency and helping people make money online. So um, we break it down into different categories, but a big component of what it has to do with is how do people make money, and we're really creating the systems that people are utilizing to simplify and streamline that. So we help people sell on the platform through referrals, affiliate marketing, tournament hosting, all these different things. And we're 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 now working with different apps and platforms to help them reach a global audience, but for people in I just clicked this by accident. I meant to click. I don't know why I clicked that. But anyway, um, what is this? Let's do hide this. What was that? That just makes it. I didn't even know it did that. Oh, okay. So that's how that works. Who else is here? Massimo Novento. Welcome. Um, we're helping gamers make money online. That's the whole intention of this app we're building here. But um, this isn't, this conversation that I'm having right now is about making money online. I'm going to pop the chat up here again, uh, but specifically through vibe coding. There's a lot of people out there um, that are thinking about getting into AI, and we have a partner, product partner when it comes to that, and that's Firestart. Um, and he's been helping us out a lot in terms of implementation and training and uh, product selection when it comes to AI. So when it when when the conversation comes to what level of comfort do you have in AI, we have different solutions for different stages. And so I was just a beginner as well. Really recently, AI, vibe coding, AI agents, AI swarms, agentic applications. These things are like they're not bleeding edge anymore, but they're razor's edge. You could be on the razor's edge when it comes to development of an app that is in your niche. You know, and it just takes a couple of steps to get started. And I recommend getting started with a builder. Right, if you want to be a builder yourself, I recommend starting with a builder. Just for something small, I will caveat and give the disclaimer that over time, if you start to do something a bigger project like I have done here um, with 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 Esports Business Network, um, it can get more complicated, and then it's harder to migrate the services. So it's been difficult. I'm in a position where I'm not quite sure whether the prices are are going to change in a positive direction. That's going to make me think, well, there's no real reason to migrate away from Lovable. So I'm kind of happy with it right now, in terms of the services and things that are there for offering. Um, and so we're happy with the way that this build works, because right now there's like two things that you can do, um, when it comes to agent development. Um, the core model when you're using a builder is agent mode, and so your options are, Replit is probably up there number one, if not two, with Lovable in terms of agentic builders. And so it's all going to come down to your prompt engineering and how you design your prompt and you provide it to the builder, and then the builder is going to facilitate using their tools on the back end, and it can make it easier, because there are other methods out there. Like for instance, a method that is out there is GitHub Copilot. Um, that's kind of where I went after I was, kind of initiated into the when I was first initiated into the builder culture. Uh, the first place I went to was Lovable, and I built out this application. This is our flagship application. I built it out with Lovable. Um, but I then started to see some, I wouldn't want to call them limitations, but some challenges that are there between, a service hosted and a self hosted application. And so a service hosted application is going to be, very easy to get up and going. Um, but if you want to take it to the next level, it's good to then start using something that is self hosted. And so I discovered that GitHub has its own version of that. Now, what I've ran into is they're not really productized yet um, for the type of the environment that I want to operate in. Um, and so I like the process and the feeling of doing everything in the cloud, which is why you know a Lovable is so convenient, or Replit, or there are others out there that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I haven't used them. I mean, I used Bubble for a little bit, but I haven't gone back to it. Um, but when I moved over, well, actually, before I even moved over to GitHub, Code Spaces, which is a cloud version of VS Code, which is another thing. So, Visual Studio Code is a Microsoft product, but GitHub has, basically what they have done is they have. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I'm messing up here. My bad. You guys were hearing me in the wrong microphone, so now I've fixed that. Um, my apologies on that one. So I yeah, so initially I tried anti-gravity. Anti-gravity is great, but it's a skin of VS Code, also ran locally on your machine, so not in the cloud. So um I was like, "Okay, that's good." And everyone has, it's to each their own on what they wanna use. They wanna use VS Code, they wanna use anti-gravity, they wanna use Claude code, whatever they wanna use, it's more power to them to use these things. And so I recommend, getting started with a builder, because if you have no technical, um experience or anything like that, the builder is gonna be, holding your hand all the way through. Not to say that if you don't go with um a self-hosted stack instead of a service hosted stack, you won't get your hand held these days, but it's more complicated because there's there's less prompt engineered for you. So a lot of these systems like GitHub Code Spaces, VS Code Web, that are in the cloud, and AI Studio from Google. These are pretty much vanilla version. You, you still have to go in and you still have to basically provide it with the information that's going to engineer your prompt to act as that senior developer, technical person, the CTO of your operation. Um, but it's not gonna be simple. It's not like an easy process to get it going. It's actually pretty complicated. Um, and you have to figure out how to do, infrastructure development. You have to figure out all these different things. Whereas, with Lovable Cloud, it's basically a super base wrapper, and they do everything for you. Whereas if you just choose to go with, a GitHub code spaces, or if you go with anti-gravity, or if you go with well, AI Studio kind of does it. It's like a middle ground between the three. Um, you have to figure out whether you're going to use a database like Supabase, or you're going to use Google a GCP, Google Cloud, um, or like Amazon Web Services, or something of that nature to host your stuff and do the database, and all of that. But like with Lovable, um, if you just like you go to their cloud, you'll see here. I'll just show you guys. You have databases, users, storage, edge functions, AI, your secrets, your logs, your usage. All of that is, you know, uh, basically organized for you, as opposed to you having to go build all these backends and ways to see the creative and all the content and everything like that. So, you know, it, if you think that you can save money, it all comes down to whether you think you can save money or not. Choose the one that fits your budget the best, and your technical expertise. That's really what it's going to come to down to. I personally think you're probably going to save more money on your builder over time, on a cloud hosts service hosted builder. Um, because we're hearing horror stories right now, horror stories of people doing self-hosted, not having the right blocking mechanisms, for circumstances where their AI uh, goes on a on a spending spree, which is something that I've ran into. Spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on tokens, trying to, accomplish a goal or something of that nature. So it's like, if you're serious about this, there are limitations. Like, for instance, with a builder, as it stands today, you can't you can't develop a you can't like you, you can, but it's not you can't turn it commercially. You can't commercially make something out of it. Um, you can't, because of access restrictions and edge functions and calling code and calling all these different things. Whereas if you did it custom, then you'd be able to call all your MCPs and all that different stuff. But things are changing, and I do want to bring up Manus. Um, and the reason why I want to bring up Manus is because, okay, so Manus is they've been the leading agent, you know, agentic operator, orchestrator, um, in the space of vibe coding and
agentic engineering, they fell behind when the open source project OpenClaw came out. So let's see if we can just it's not gonna just show me the here we go. So OpenClaw came out and it kind of disrupted. It definitely disrupted. I don't want to say kind of. It absolutely disrupted the industry over the past month. Um I mean, really, it drove hardware sales for Apple. It it changed people's perspectives on the state of AI. Undoubtedly, this ecosystem was disrupted. Um, majorly by how AI became. What's going on here? Okay, yeah. How AI became accessible uh for an independent, you know, self-hosted autonomous system, right? Uh which essentially what that means is that you have AIs that have information that is in memory, and those systems are able to communicate with other AI that have different memory and then operate in parallel to complete what would be something that would be being done one after the other. Now it can be done simultaneously as they communicate amongst each other in a um, more rapid series of executions and actions. And so it's really, changed the game. And then Manus came out and put their agents uh into the market. Um, and I'm just starting to explore with it. I've been talking with it about the Phantom MCP, um, where to do Solana trading and stuff like that. Now, uh, if we want to talk about credit usage, and here, if you guys want to, use my code, get 500 credits, um, I'll just, post it in the chat or whatever. Here we go. Where was it at? Okay. Uh, this thing is a credit eater. Um, I thought that that's so you can customize the assistant and everything like that. I'm actually looking for this one. Here we go. I have 300 new credits. Okay, I gotta use those. Um, I thought that Lovable was bad. I thought Open Router was bad. I thought GitHub Code Spaces was bad. Now, those don't hold a candle to what credit usage is like on Manus. You literally, if you do 1 or 2 prompts, you can blow through hundreds, if not thousands of credits, and credits are not cheap on Manus. They are they are pricey. Uh, and so right now, here's one other thing. I gotta be honest. I have felt like attempting to be on the bleeding edge of this has been very fatiguing, and I'm listening to some of the people who are at the top, which is not me. I'm by no means at the top. Um, discussing what they're doing, and they've come to, they've come to a realization as well as, um, I think I've come to a realization, but I'm nowhere near as capital, um, I don't have nearly the capital that they do, that you can run these open claw instances or an alternative, and you're spending, you can end up spending the same amount that you would be spending if you hired a, a full-time developer, right? Thousands of dollars per month on tokens and actions and all of these things. Um, and a lot of it is experimentation, unfortunately. Uh, you could probably outsource maybe some of the low risk activities in your business, but if you were going to be uh if you were thinking you were going to outsource, everything, you got another thing coming unless you start a brand new business and you make that, you know, you just figure out how to make your business out of that. Um yeah, so just really unfortunately, I come in here to say this is that I think for the average person who is working a minimum wage job, has no savings, is struggling paycheck to paycheck, you will it is very unlikely you'll be able to take advantage of this stuff um at this time. And it's super disappointing. I understand, and I know. Um and I'm once I see a more uh financially reasonable um opportunity, I'm gonna be the first one to be shouting it from the rooftops. But right now, you're in it for open claw for hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars per month to get this thing operating and functioning. And you're also in it for hundreds of hours. I'm not even joking with you. You're in this for hundreds of hours of customization, and the onboarding process is relentless. You're not getting it done in 8 hours, like, not in actually doing anything meaningful. Um, Manus is a little bit more streamlined, but it is expensive. I'm telling you, you're blowing through the credits. You can even upgrade. Look at this. You can upgrade up to 5,000,000 credits per month, and you're spending that's annually. So monthly, which the vast majority of us have to do because if, we gotta, manage our budget, you're in it for $20,000 per month. That's what is a complete replacement at the most, a complete replacement of your senior leadership. Not your executive team, but your senior leadership. Not even senior leadership, you still probably need your senior leadership. Your junior leadership, you could probably replace your full junior leadership team with $20,000 per month. You could probably do that. If you're a mid-sized business, and most people don't have that level of capital to do that, so you're probably, I mean, you're gonna be trying to make the most out of your $40 a month subscription, and you only getting 8,000 credits. Initially, the first once you sign up, you get 1,000 credits and then a 300 credit refresh each day. 300 credit refresh, I'm telling you, I've been doing this now for a few days. 300 credits is 3 prompts, guaranteed. If you're doing anything complex, it might even be 1 prompt because it's going out and it's doing parallel agent swarm tasks, and it's just blowing through the credits. It's no joke. I'm not even slightly joking with you. It is like it's like throwing gasoline in a fire, that's a raging fire. It's gone instantaneously. You have burnt it's burnt to a crisp. Whatever you sold, whatever you did, it's gone. Let's say you go to 12,000 per month. I would say you can blow anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 credits per day easy. I blew 1,000 credits in like 2 hours. No, under 2 hours, like an hour. Like it was so this is like maybe 3 days worth of credits, maybe. So if you're really being realistic, you got to get up in here, this range here, before you feel like, oh, okay, I got plenty of credits, no problem. And then you get your 300 refresh. So you're up at $1,500 a month, blowing through credits. I mean, it's like you're burning them. It's no joke. I'm not even holding you, being completely honest here. Um, I'm not, and here's the thing: the vast majority of us are not these tech gurus, like savants, like geniuses who can, you know, token arbitrage and do all of this and all of that. No, the vast majority of us just are bullshitters that are just putting in the least engineered prompts, and on wishes and hopes and dreams. We're gambling on the chance of potentially, turning our lives around by having a god prompt, just like if you're ripping Pokemon packs, hoping for a god pack to completely change your life. Like that's the reality. Now, if you're up, big dog, you got it like that, big man. Um, don't hold. I'm not here to hold you, man. Go on here and get that 5 million credits, blow 20K per month. Get it done, my boy. Get to action. Vibe code that unidentified flying object that's no one has ever seen before. Blow our minds away. Uh make something crazy. I mean, like, this is the market though, and I ain't even gonna hold you. It's true. Like, I got a Valentine's special on this, so I got 50% off on Valentine's Day for this, but I'm gonna show you, what it looks like here over, in Lovable Land. Pardon me, I'm having some acid reflux. Oh, man. You can now top the credits up, which I did last month. This month, I haven't had to do it because I've been, a complete, baboon. But, wait, hold on. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, here. So, I think I did $200 in credits this month, basically, because I got 50% off of this, and I had another thing that was like a gift card. Um, but I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, look, that's 2,000 credits per month, and you saw I had 500 credits. Hold on here. Come on now. What's going on here? Let me click. I don't know why it's not okay. It's glitching out. All right, there we go. So you can get a you can get 10,000 credits on Lovable, and you're in it for $2,250 per month, right? This is not here's my imagination here. My imagination getting the best of me right now, that Lovable will implement something in the agentic orchestration system. They're either going to they're going to figure out a resolution to providing the services that Manus provides, that OpenClaw provides. They're going to find out a solution to this challenge, right? they're not gonna leave us behind. They're not gonna, they're not gonna just be a agentic engineer, an agentic builder. They're not gonna just be that, right? They're gonna develop a product that will be the solution to the Manus and the OpenClaw ecosystem. And the reason I think that is because when you develop an app or you build an app with Lovable as it stands now, you are able to connect MCPs, custom MCPs, MCPs that they've already integrated. You're able to do all of those things. The only issue is you're unable to do it um through the app, right? All of the MCPs and everything is happening on the back end through the staging, um, not through the, live interface, through the live. So effectively what it is it's you can do it in the dry run, but you can't do it in a live run. So in a dry run, you can do all of this different stuff, but that's going to limit you whenever you want to launch a progressive web app, or if you want to build a version of your application for iOS or Android, or even if you want to do something like um uh yeah, if you just want to host it as a native application. Here's the thing though. I definitely think that with the way that um basically what the truth is, and I know there's a lot of issues and with what people are talking about when it comes to this, with how iMessage has a 50,000 restriction message system. So when you when we're talking about chat interfaces, and here's another thing, I don't want to digress too much, but this is a segue. I was listening to a podcast, or actually, I wouldn't even listen to a podcast. I was listening to a YouTube video, and um, they, it's funny because I tend to not want to say the thing that sounds clunky or uncool, like AI agents. AI agents sound so clunky and uncool to me. Um, but the reality is what am I gonna do? Make up a new name, or come up with something witty, or come up with something cool to 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 call something. I mean, look, vibe coding, like, I feel like it's almost too corny, right? I just don't I I'm conflicted with the language around these things, and so I even try to think of, like, what's the cool way to say anything, and then, I should leave that up to the experts or the pros. I'm just an amateur out here, but, when a guy like Peter Steinsberg, or whatever his name is, that created OpenClaw, I think that's his name. Let's just scroll down and read it. Peter Steinberg, right? Yeah, yeah. What a household name these days. Um, when they come up with something, or say they say something like prompt engineering or agentic engineering, or they call it whatever, that's like supposed to be this highbrow terminology. It's like, so where's the dictionary for this? The what do you call it? The key terms. It's not it. Um at the end of the book hasn't been written. That's really what it is. I mean, plenty of books have been written, but there's not one yet that everybody is saying this is the God book, um, the Bible, whatever, for this business. But it's evolving. It's going to take some evolutions. We just kind of have to just keep on, you know, we just have to keep trying to explore the market. So, like, for instance, like, so okay, I showed you this price right here. We're looking at maxed out what you can do on here, and that's not maxed out. There's obviously other maxes on there's a couple different coupons and stuff like that, but and I don't even know what the benefit of this is really. Teamwork spaces, personal projects, all that stuff is, which is good, but it's like, I don't know. Do you need this other stuff? Potentially, but you're in it for 22, 50 for that. Now, here's the other thing. If you come over here and you look at, uh, GitHub Copilot, I think I'm in it for, like wait, what did that just say? What did that just say? Go back here. That doesn't seem correct. I thought I saw something say free here. Oh, try enterprise for free, and I don't know what even that could be. If I go here to billing and license and I look at the overview, I think I'm in it for like 40, or already I might have already paid yearly or something like that. So oh yeah, so I'm in it for $48 per year. I already paid that. I'm in it for 40 for Copilot Pro Plus. And apparently I blew through it already. So there's like 7 days, and I guess, well, I don't know when the renewal will be, but Uh, like, for instance, here we go, code spaces, bill usage, $0. How the heck does this make sense? But anyway, so, like, I can't spin up any of my repositories because apparently I used up all the money. But then it says $0 bill usage. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Uh, I'm just making a lot of assumptions here that yeah, I don't know. Like, I just really don't know. So I use Copilot a bunch. No? Okay. I don't know. I guess I gotta go back in here and check. Let me just go back here and see if I can spin up a repository here, or use a code space. Because here's the thing, I don't know how to use Copilot. I don't know why it doesn't work for me, but it just does not work for me for whatever reason. It's just like it doesn't work. It does not want to work for me. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to code here. And then we're gonna look at code spaces real quick. Uncommitted. So show more. So yeah, like I'm blocked right now, completely disabled from running a code space. And I've been contacting them saying, "Hey, I didn't what did I do? Like, how did I blow through all these, credits?" But I mean, if you just comparison here, um, I'm not spending as nearly as much money on GitHub as I am over here, right? If I maxed it out, and I'm maxed out right now on GitHub, right? So bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. So the thing is if I didn't want to do a cloud version of this, which I do, I could then go and actually, you know what? So, like for instance, I didn't really look into this too deeply, but I guess I could go like no, 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 not VS Code download. Why did I type that in? That's not what I wanted. I was looking for VS Code web. So then there's like a cloud version of VS Code. Um, maybe it's this one. So then you create an account, I think, on this, and then maybe you have a subscription fee here. Let's see. So you can like, where where's the subscription fee? Uh, I don't know. I don't know how this one works. VS Code Cloud. Uh, backup and syncs. Oh, hold on, no, that's not. Oh wait, hold on. Sign in. Oh, you can do it with GitHub. I'm looking for it. Turn on cloud changes. See, this is the thing. I'm trying to find. See, I don't know too much about this, too much in depth, so I'm a little bit out beyond my skis here. Um, Subscription cost? Let's just ask Gemini real quick. Visual Studio Code is completely free. The base editor, both desktop, screen cost for commercial use. Extension of GitHub Code or other code may require a paid subscription. So this is where I was. This service provides a cloud hosted development environment based on case code, including free after which becomes a chargeable product with hourly rates for I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit out of the see. This is where I'm at, and I have this too. But what is this? ID. Oh man, my neck is now giving me troubles. Um, but yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I'm in the place where I'm exploring and trying to discover and figure out where we stand with all of this. Like where do we stand? How do we manage all of this? You know? How do we how do we process all of these opportunities? Um you're just in it for yeah, you gotta weigh your budget and I'm not even joking with you, like this is a good probably a good deal when it comes down to it. When it comes down to access to AI tokens and everything like that, this is probably fairly inexpensive because when you start running, let's say Opus 4.6, I think that's correct, right? Maybe I sound like an idiot. 4.5, 4.6. I think it's 4.6, right? Yeah. So when you start running Opus 4.6, like the costs are insane. Like, so okay, so a lot of folks like me, the way they run it, because they want to be able to oh snap. I'm leaking my negative balance here. Negative 18 cents. Perfect. Um so if you go to rankings here on OpenRouter, they track uh they track their different track, different utilizations of models. But what I'm actually trying to find is not this. Um this is what I meant to click, models. And then so here we go. So then we want to look at this right here. Okay, here we go. Um Here we go. Right here. You see this? For a million tokens, you're busting $5 of a nut for input. You're busting $25 for a nut on uh on output tokens. So this is basically what the garbage in and the hopefully a diamond out. Um so you're cycling your $5 and you're paying an additional 25 on the back end for every million. So you're paying $30 effectively. Well, no, I mean, that's not true. So the least bit is your ideas. So your ideas are going in and you're not blowing a million tokens per prompt, right? But you're like you're getting you're getting blasted on the back end. After a while, you're getting your you're gaping open if you're using 4.6 all the time, which is why people are running up thousands of dollars a bills on this thing up to you saw the numbers, right? You know, people blowing 20,000 a month on this bad boy. Um, do there are people blowing way more than that now I think about it. Because look, you're blowing you might even have multiple Manus. You might even have and I mean, OpenClaw is even worse than Manus because at least Manus caps you at 5,000,000, right? And you know, oh my gosh, you're blowing through 5,000,000. Over here, you can blow through 10, 15, 70,000,000. You don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing. You know, who's gone out there and really, you know, pushed the frontier. Um, but look at this. I mean, people are, you know, most popular right now are two Chinese models, Minimax and Kimi, right? And not for nothing, like they're good. You know, they have the capabilities of doing a lot. Um, and they're inexpensive, right? They're inexpensive. Uh, but yeah, I mean, you're blowing it. You're just blowing your load on these ones. You know, you got your new oh damn, my bad. You got your new shit too. This 3.1 Pro preview, man, which is up there. It's up there, baby. It's up there on the levels of 4.6. I mean, if we looked at the rankings, what did we see on the rankings when we looked at Open Router? We saw the graphs that didn't load. Uh, in terms of usage, right? This is top models in terms of usage. We don't know what this gray is. I guess that's just any other model. But no, others model is down here. Okay, interesting. Okay. Um, big mini max usage, which is like I guess people are shifting because they're like, oh, this is just a little bit more affordable. The you know the output's a little bit better. So they shift from Moonshot Chemi K2 to Minimax M25, which is they're competing for the top spot. And I mean, look at here, Gemini 3 is just blasting them, right? Which is great. I mean, it's best to have multiples. Google's obviously top notch, Anthropic, Minimax, DeepSeek, ZAI, OpenAI, Moonshot, RC. I messed with the RC thing, but it got a little bit stupid after a while. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just a ton of there's just so much information to try to dissect, you know, to try to extract and and make sense of everything. I think for me, I'm a bit a bit on the special needs end when it comes to this stuff. Um, not the most intellectually sound individual around here. Um, I'm making my shots though. I'm you know trying to do my reps, get my reps in and figure things out one step at a time. Uh, I'm learning different different tactics. Do I have the you know the God prompt or you know do I have the perfect idea? Not I don't think so. Um, I don't even really know how to market these things, to be 100% honest, beyond having having an influencer, which could be you or someone else, out there doing their best to promote the products and promote these projects. Trying to figure out what industry what culture that you're gonna be targeting. I think that it's like it's a coin toss, you know? It's it's not gonna be easy to try and figure out what you're going to do in this. When, your competition is spending $20,000 a month on token on tokens here, they're spending another, another amount who God knows what on tokens over here, another and then you like, if you're doing this, you gotta have this, and you saw the numbers on that, like, you're talking, you're spending 2.83 tokens, and we saw that was 20 cents per million, and that's trillion tokens, so people are blowing money fast out here, and it's the top percentage. I wish you know, this is decentralized now, but I can see a reality where you start to see who the biggest spenders are, who's busting these tokens out. Where does this two who's tracking these 2.83 trillion tokens and where they're getting who's spending them? I can see that. And then it's like, "Oh, this company over here is the one spending the most on AI? Oh, word, word. Okay, what are they doing? What industry are they in?" That's one of the things I don't think I see here, is it? Because they do rank the AI models based on, application, but I think that's just like I think that's in training, um, not in application. So you see this stuff right here, people be tell be s w w w oh my god. My stuttering is crazy today. But you see the applications that are using the most AI, OpenClaw, Kilo Code, Black Box AI, Klein. You can see this stuff here, right? So you can make an assessment based on that, what people are doing, I guess. But it would be great if you could see the companies that are spending the most on these different models here, because you can see market share of the providers. Here's crazy. You got XAI up here on the titty top up here. They got a big share. Grok is out there getting it, getting to the bag around here. Um, but yeah, I mean, just just doing a little bit of math, you notice that this is not for the faint of heart out here. It's warfare. And people are bleeding dry. You know, they're putting it all out on the line. They're busting $20,000 nuts over here, $50,000 nuts over here, $1,000,000 nuts over here. Like they're just money. Like it's not you got other things out here like popped up, and I want to know why I didn't just hit the instantly. So in an instance, right? This is an AI application that that's out there doing lead generation for you, right? And it's using established. Um, why am I not logged in? Is this a joke? Is this a joke right now? Are you joking with me? Now the stuff is lagging. It's just like it's annoying. It's just like annoying, dude. The technology can be so annoying. It's like, dude, 14 steps for me to get logged in, and then we'll see if I even can log in. There's another application that I use that I can't even log in. Their application is so shoddy. It's just, but it's like interesting for connecting with people. But anyway, so you can blow like ungodly amounts of loads on this. Like we blow like $100 a month load on this. It's like but we're out here, we're blowing, yeah, $100 a month load for $25,000, 25,000 contacts. We only have 2,157 contacts. We're just trying to blow loads out here. And dude, that doesn't even hit the credits. We got another 47 per month load that we're busting over here. Looks like we have some rollover, which is good. So we got to bust some nuts soon. But dude, you're getting annihilated. And we don't even have the CRM fix their mobile friendliness. It's terrible. But anyway, there's just more. There are more things that you can come over here and you can search out all these different categories. Like we're talking about financial controllers, people in esports, people in the media business. We're trying to contact and get real connected with these people, and we build out these lead lists, and then we have a whole campaign system where you know we're automated. But look, we don't even have the most. Like we're not even doing the most. We're doing the least out here. We're doing the least, you know, and people out here are spending, let's see. So you could go 358 there, but let's say we go all the way up here. You're up at a 1,635 if you maxed out on our plan. But if you maxed out on, let's say, the light speed plan, you could probably be, busting $10,000 nuts over there. And then you got to come over here. And then let's see, where's the mega nut here? Let's see. A mega nut is 200,000 credits. You're busting a 1,700 nut there. So you're busting 1,700 nut there. Let's see what about the CRM. So if you're on the CRM, you're busting another $100 nut there. You're busting nuts all over the place here when it's like, geez, dude, just even trying to keep up with the big dogs. Little pup out here. I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to make it here. I'm just trying to survive out here. Cause look, growth mode, you're talking about 97 there, another 90, no, then like I said, like 4, 5K over here, um, and another 3K here. So, you're racking it up for sure. And you know what? Not for nothing. You could probably build something quite comparable if you were busting a $20,000 nut over here. So you could kind of probably build what this is over there. If you could be, you'd have to connect like Apollo and a bunch of other things. You could basically make what happens over here happen over there. It's just tough. It's going to take countless hours, hundreds of hours to get it to do it the right way. Um, So, yeah, I mean, this is the state of AI, you know? So I'm a bit overloaded. I don't even want to say overwhelmed. I'm overloaded. Like just overloading. I mean, just I mean, I literally showed you guys just a minute ago. Like if we looked at the task manager again, let's see if it pops up. Let's see if it pops up. Come on, let's pop up. I'm maxing my memory out right now at 89%. Like, and this is the thing, like, th this is the most convenient way for me to do these actions right now. This is my second to most powerful PC desktop. I mean, this is a laptop, but I mean, when I say desktop, I mean PC. My CPU just had a spike. Just even just even trying to have the heart for it and the mind and just having all the parts to get this, to be successful with this new stuff. And then people can say like, "Oh, well, why don't you just go, hit hammers on rocks like everyone else, and try to scrape by, get your little minimum wage, be a gooner, don't worry about these things, don't try, don't even be no don't you're no somebody, be a nobody." It's like, man, you don't even know, you don't even realize how difficult this stuff is. It's just and then you hear on, you're like, "Oh, you hear a YouTube video, you're like, oh, anybody can do it, anybody can do it." Oh, yeah, anybody could win the lottery. Anybody could, you know, anybody could, but realize the input and the output. Like, you could do a little bit of effort, but you gotta pay for the output. A little bit of effort, but you gotta pay for the output. Oh, you got a little bit of effort,
That'll be an interesting
pay for the
experiment.
output. What in
But
the
then it could be good to like just spill like the hottest tea and to like just spill like
what the heck was that? Where'd that go? Spill the hottest tea ever. Oh, must have been TikTok. Must have been TikTok. Must have been TikTok. Now I'm glitching out. Look at my face. Look at my upset face. Must have been TikTok. Now I gotta get off this. Oh shit. I'm now glitching out here. Anyway, um, this is the least. This is the uh, lowest lift, lowest effort, lowest effort. Tripping me out. Tripping me out. Close this stuff out. You know what? If this stuff wasn't such a fucking walled garden all the time, you know what I mean? Like, it's you wanna use technology, uh, to yeah, you wanna do amazing things, and it's just like sometimes it's not that way. And now that stupid ass fucking playback in my ears has me fucked up. Has me fucked up. Has me fucked up. My brain is now fried, and now I can't think of shit, dude. Now my brain is screwed. All right, let's just try and save some resources here after having opened up too many windows. And this one does not want to close. This one does not want to close. But okay. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to get off here. Um as always, at Trent Knox or at Trent Knox TV on all things. We are going to continue to be pushing into the bleeding edge, the new frontier when it comes to AI agents and all of that different fancy stuff, OpenClaw, Manus, GitHub, Google Cloud projects, Lovable, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. All the links in the stuff below. I encourage anyone who wants to try doing this stuff. I hang out in some places on Discord. If you want to know about that stuff, just get at me on Discord. You'll find my stuff. Just to get into one of our servers, and then we'll get move you around, and we'll try to help you. Some people try to convince you, oh, it's easy, because it's easy to them, and they say it's easy. It's not easy. Like it's hard. Okay, they're trying to sell you a dream, so it's hard, and be prepared for it to be hard. That's just the way it is. You're not going to just make money overnight. You got to put in the reps. You got to do stuff. For me, I just want to continue to be able to do the production that I do. So if you're a content creator, a business owner, and you are struggling to make content, or you're making content and need additional help, don't hesitate to reach out. You've got all my information. Talk